What is up, Sagittarius, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Tony Michelle, and we are not all love, light, twin flames, unicorns, and shit here on this channel. So please keep that in mind when watching this video. And yeah, let's get into your reading, Sag. So, I'm in one of those moods today, okay? I'm sure you guys can relate being a Sagittarius and all. It's really interesting. We just went over your guys' sign in my astrological divination course, which started back in April. And it's just so interesting, like re-going through the signs as an astrologer and just revisiting the basics. It's always a helpful thing, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I came up with a metaphor that I wanted to share with you guys because I don't know, I just think it fits so well for Sagittarius, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of you guys may not be able to relate, but you can kind of get the energy, the sense of the energy, and relate it to some other area of your life, or even just like something going on right now. Maybe there's something going on right now that feels like this, but basically I was saying how this metaphor kind of came to me during the class, but I was saying how, you know, Scorpio, the sign right before you guys, is like, you know, when you are basically at the edge of your rope, you know, you're going in deep, there's chaos, there's pain, there's like all of the darker, more sinister areas of life, right? And whereas Sagittarius is kind of coming out of that pain and seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. You guys are ruled by Jupiter, so it's like seeing the bigger picture, seeing the bigger perspective of it all, right? Like seeing the higher purpose for it and drawing meaning from your experiences and drawing meaning from the pain, the crisis, the chaos that you've been through, right? Well, the metaphor I gave, because I am an addict, if a lot of you guys don't know, I've been clean now for several years at this point, but basically the metaphor that I gave was like when you when you go to the rehab versus when you're about to get out of the rehab, the difference between Scorpio and Sag, right? Like Scorpio is when you're like rock bottom, you can't go any farther, and you're like detoxing and purging out all this shit, right? And then Sag is like you're at the last phase of the rehab. Maybe you have some of your freedoms, you know, you can drive, you can like, you know, go out a little bit more, or get like stay out for a couple nights and not be at the rehab. And so you're starting to kind of get your freedom back, and you have all these plans and aspirations and ideas about what you want to do, and you know, you have these new beliefs and new perspective, all of this stuff. And yeah, so that is kind of how I described Sagittarius. So I don't know if that relates to anything in your life right now, because I did just feel kind of compelled to share it. And it's very interesting because your cards are kind of saying the same thing. It's like there may have been a lot of kind of pain going on in the mind lately, or a lot of things coming up to do with your mental state, to do with, you know, the plans and designs that you have, the things that you want to learn, the beliefs that you have, or the ideas that you want to pursue. And maybe there's been some conflict in that area. Maybe there has been some difficulty in that area. It's like the way that you view one thing, or the way that you see one thing, has maybe been causing issues. Okay, this could also be a certain truth that you've been really having to process lately that's maybe been hard on you. Maybe you've been racking your brain, or you know, really worried about something. And I feel like Sag, because this follows with the Page of Pentacles, so I definitely think it's like this has something to do with some idea, some desire that you want, but maybe it's a little more than you could take, or not could take necessarily. I don't want to say it like that. That's not what I meant, so please disregard that. It's a little more than you had originally thought you signed up for. That's what I mean. It's not that you can't do it at all. Like, you can do this shit, baby, you got it, you know? But it's more like, damn, I didn't realize that there was this much to it, or I didn't realize there was this much responsibility, or I didn't realize I was going to have to do this much, or I didn't realize how hard it was going to be, or I didn't realize how restrictive it was going to be in some way. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. It's like You've been wanting to explore something. You have these plans, you have these designs, and you have these desires, you know what I mean? But laying the groundwork for it, or the foundation for it, has been a little bit harder than you originally planned on, you know what I mean? There could also be some financial stress, you know what I mean, in this area as well. A lot of pages and knights coming up here. Now we got the Page of Wands. So I feel like there may be some plans, some designs, some things that wanted to be done. It's like the energy I'm getting from you guys, Sag, is like, I need to fucking go. I need to roam. I need to get out there. I need to like explore. I need to, you know, open my mind. I need to hear different sides. I need to explore different opinions. And if you're not feeling that way, if you're not feeling like the way where you're like needing to hear different sides and opinions, I recommend you do that, because the way that you could possibly be this mental state or whatever situation you're going through, you could be stuck in due to the way that you're logically, mentally processing it, the way that kind of like the way that you're viewing it. Like, you need to bring it back to the basics is kind of what I'm getting here, you know, because we keep going forward, you know what I mean? And then we go back, you know what I mean? We go forward from the Ace to the 9, then we go to the Page of Pentacles, then to the Knight, another Knight, then back to a Page, you know what I mean? So it's like, Sag, where in your life do you need to maybe take a step back and reevaluate? And where in your life are you feeling delayed? Where in your life are you feeling a lack of personal freedom? It could have to do with a job, it could have to do with a community, it could have to do with certain friends. And I feel here that you have certain possibly plans, designs, milestones, or certain, you know, I don't think it's like a big goal, maybe like a small goal or like a small plan or something that you're excited for. But I feel like things may not exactly go as you expected with the Three of Swords there. So I feel like you want to roam, you want this freedom, you want to, you know, you have these plans and designs, but with the Three of Swords here, I feel like maybe there's a certain pain that comes along with this for some reason, or a certain delay, setback, etc. Unfortunately, that may not be the case for all of you. I'm just telling you, I'm just reading the fucking cards, okay? So calm the fuck down. But, okay. Once again, taking a step back. It's like moving forward, going back, moving forward, going back. Evaluating your moves before you make the moves. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm seeing here. We have the Six of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Hanged Man. And I feel like there's a situation that you were excited for, or you thought was going to work out one way, but somehow, some way, that situation brings certain wounds or insecurities up. Okay, so then you find yourself kind of sailing off on your own, kind of unexpected help, you know what I mean, or unexpected, an unexpected kind of situation. And this is where you kind of are doing your own thing and kind of weighing it out. This is where it's like, okay, I'm gonna do my own thing, even if that means that not everybody agrees with me. I'm gonna stay in my integrity, my morals, and I may also, for some of you, this may also be looking at things from a different perspective, but it is allowing yourself the time to process. It is allowing yourself the time to look within. It is allowing yourself the time to figure out what it is that you truly want and desire. And yeah, that is kind of what I'm seeing here so far, Sag. It's like a lot of back and forth. Maybe you even desire or want two different things and they're kind of contradictory for some of you. Ooh, and then we have the Ace of Wands. And that flame is sparked again, you know, after the Seven of Wands, Hanged Man. It's like, bitch, I'm back. You're able to transmute that energy and create something new with it. Okay, so by taking whatever this is, whatever setback this is, or whatever fear or whatever wounds or insecurities that come up, you're able to take that and do something with it by giving yourself some time to do you, and looking at things from a higher and different perspective, right? All right, too many cards, but the Hierophant is interesting. As I was saying, higher and different perspective. You're able to reconsider what it is that you believe in, what it is that motivates you, because Mars is in your 9th house, opposing Saturn the beginning of this month, and squaring Uranus in your 6th house. So this is a lot about your beliefs, your future plans, where you feel your purpose is, your morals, your ethics, your integrity, foreign travel, also, you know, a certain amount of meaning and purpose, your views on life, where you feel optimistic, where you want to kind of roam, where you want to kind of, you know, experience new things, right? And really see what life's about. And so with Mars here, it's like maybe you are reconsidering these things. Okay, still too many cards. Maybe you are reconsidering these things, or these things are being challenged. You know what I mean? The things that you want, the things that you desire for your future, for your path, are being challenged in some way. And so it's like finding a way to reconcile, finding a way to process what's happening. There could also be a significant amount of rebellion or going against the grain in terms of work, and in terms of your day-to-day life, your day-to-day health. There could be certain challenges between your belief systems and you know, like what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Are you being true to yourself in your workplace, with your work, or with certain situations? Is what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, like, are you practicing what you preach, basically? You know what I mean? And I definitely feel like it could definitely be I feel like it could definitely be work here. Emperor, 10 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. There's definitely some work stuff or some work shifts, challenges that are happening here, where you may need to, like, things may be shaken up, or you may need to do something different. You may need to get innovative, or you may need to go against the grain. Yeah, it's like, are you living in your higher truth? You're honest, right? Like, are you kind of sick of the conventional, mundane, boring, day-to-day life? For some of you, this could be dealing with an authority, or debates, or not seeing eye-to-eye conflicts over beliefs and passions. What I feel like here is there's like a lot of responsibility, or someone feels a lot of responsibility. If it's not you, it could be whoever this Emperor is representing, which could be like your boss. It could be you, it could be someone in your life, it could be a relationship, it could be someone at your job. But either way, there's like a certain amount of, I've kind of had enough. And do you even actually enjoy what you're doing? You know what I mean? Is it just part of some game? Or it's like you need to become the boss of your own everyday reality. You need to learn how to manage your own everyday reality, your own health, your own work, your own job. You know, the things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, you need to be the big daddy here. In that regard, or the big mama, I guess. And that's kind of what could be happening here. You know, some of you guys could be really focused on health around this time, and the kind of diet or health regimes that you get into could be like eccentric and different or out of the norm or unusual, you know, but in Taurus, like I know for me personally, I've been getting into a lot of like natural food and natural health, and like where to get like good actual food that's like real and natural, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what I'm seeing here for you guys possibly. It's like shit, like it's a lot of work, but something's happening here that's challenging you to do something with your health, Sag, for a lot of you. So yeah, I feel like some of you guys could be thinking about making a big shift in terms of money, finances, resources. And with this Wheel of Fortune here, I feel like if you're worried about money or something like that, you know, this basically tells me there is constantly a rotating in and out influx of money or resources. So I feel like it's likely going to be fine for a lot of you if you can kind of handle going with the flow. So anyway, Sag, I think that it's important that you figure out exactly where you want to go and what's holding you back, and if what's holding you back is even real in the first place, okay? If it's all just an illusion, if you're caught in some kind of hamster wheel, if you're worried about others' opinions, etc., etc., I definitely think this is a time of figuring out what it is you desire. And yeah, that's basically everything that I got for you guys for the month of July. So hopefully this reading made sense. Definitely let me know down below, and let me know if you relate to it. I would love to hear about it, and I will see you guys in my other videos. Be sure to follow me on social media if you want to book a reading. All of that is down in the description below. And yeah,